Hi everyone. Hello everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So I am not hoping for anyone to join this live session at this point in time. I intentionally don't even want anyone to join so that I will do my thing and then hopefully you're going to watch the replay. It's early morning here, so much to do today. So I'm coming live again just so that we are able to have this conversation. The records, they are going to be distractions on the background, but whenever it comes in, if it ever happens, please do well to bear with me. So basically, we are starting the writing challenge today. You know, plan everything. It is not network. It is um, people. It is not people. You just always have to deal with all of these things, you know. So I don't mind. So basically, let's quickly delve into the what we have today. First of all, I need you to come to this. So why are we doing this writing challenge? If you know me before, I've always been an advocate for writing, for speaking, and of course reading. However, this is very essential because I've come to the reality that we have been trained almost 10,000 people. I mean, like those even those who train collectively and those who train privately. And one thing is very peculiar about all these individuals. They started writing at a certain point in their life. They were distracted. They were probably carried away by other issues of life, or they had other things they needed to do. And maybe when they come back to pick up their pen and start writing again, they can't find the flow. So there are so many people in this category, and I'm not mincing words, I'm not making them up. I've always had a time where someone will come to my DM and say, "Hi, Ella. Hi, Coach Ella. I can't find, I don't know what to write on again." So I've come to that understanding that writing, just like someone who wants to go for a fight, if you watch wrestlers and those who fight, one thing is very peculiar amongst them. They take their time and train. They take their time to prepare for their particular earpiece. Hopefully, you've been hearing me all along, yeah. But I just want to make sure you can hear me. So, what was I saying? I'm trying to say that writing is just like every other thing. If you stop practicing, there's high chances that it will be difficult for you to continue where you stop whenever you decide to come back to it. And here is why. If you originally maybe got trained or eventually launched into writing and you didn't flex your muscles, right? You didn't intentionally practice, there is high chances that whenever you eventually come up and say, "Oh, I want to do it now," it's not going to work. You're not going to feel the flow. You're not to look so stiff, like to feel like a chore, right? So how do you deal with that? That is why we are doing this writing challenge. And this is not some guessing work. I didn't come up with this idea to host this writing challenge because I am bored or because I don't know what else to do with my time. Very far from it. I have seen how writing challenge transformed someone like me. I've been writing all my life. I mean, since the day I knew how to write my name, I'm always scribbling something. There's always my mom telling me songs and me coming up with all manner of an unbelievable songs, lyrics, right? Like writing them down and of course coming up with the idea of, oh, I want to publish this, I want this to be out there. So I've written so much. I mean, I still have some of my primary school notes and secondary school notes. I don't know if it's still at home, but I know I left it there before I left family house. One thing is very peculiar. There is always me writing. There is always me scribbling something. There's always me writing my thoughts, writing my ideas, writing how I feel, writing about other people, how they made me feel, whether good, bad, ugly. And This has helped me flex my writing skill in the sense that I can just wake up and start writing. I can just start doing it. It just comes to me naturally. However, for some people, it can be difficult. It can be really, really challenging doing this. And that is why we are doing this writing challenge, because after I did writing challenge, 30 days writing challenge, if you know my story, I always tell this story to my students. If you've graduated from our school or by any chance you've been in a session where I taught, you're going to know this story. After I was done doing a 30 days writing challenge. Mind you, nobody persuaded me to join, nobody asked me to do it, nobody was even clapping for me except for the few audience that were following me at the time. However, after doing it, number one, I found the courage to keep on going. Number two, there is this level of discovery about my capability, things I need to work on, things I am not doing well, things I'm doing well, and all of that came to me after I did that. And the most beautiful part that actually made me excited is that I got my first gig as a writer. So to say that you will hardly know how much you can do, how much you can become as a writer if you have not given yourself an opportunity to be consistent, persistent, and exceptional with your writing skill. And that is what this writing skill is set to do to you. Whether you've been trained as a writer before, whether you've not been trained, whether you're hoping to be trained after this particular training, I want you to be hopeful. I want you to be positive. I want you to be determined. When I did writing 30 days writing challenge, it was not fun at some point because some days I'm not feeling it. Some days I'm pissed from things happening at home. Some days I had personal reasons, personal challenges, right? That made me, I don't want to talk to anybody, I don't want to see anybody, all those kind of feelings. But I have a commitment, I have to show up. And I've gone far and wide to get interesting, relatable topics. So therefore, you are not permitted to use ChatGPT, right? There is nothing wrong with ChatGPT. I always tell my students and anybody I know, ChatGPT is just like a tool, right? It's just like a tool, just like a Google is a tool. CorelDRAW is a tool. Every other tool out there, right? However, ChatGPT there is just there to help you enhance, do better, and just a tool to help you navigate your writing journey. You must understand this. However, the major aim of this particular writing challenge is not to help, it's not to fine tune, it's not to make perfection, it's not to find ideas. There is already ideas, it's to find the flow, the enthusiasm, the zeal, the happiness, the joy, the the willingness and the consistency that comes with writing, right? So you cannot do away with that. It's not negotiable. If it's not there, it's not there. ChatGPT will do very little for you if you have not understood how to build this, how to maximize this. And that is why we are doing this writing challenge. And that is why I am ruling out and intentionally specifying that anybody who leverages ChatGPT during this writing challenge is going to be disqualified, and we know how to dictate that. Now, we intentionally didn't add the price, right? I didn't have my outline here. This is a very impromptu video, but I believe you are still following and it's making sense to you and you are getting as much knowledge as you do. Last night, I mentioned that everything we do boils down to writing. Everything regarding art boils down to writing. If an artist paint makes a paint and there is no little description of what that art is all about, on somebody around to give a description or an interpretation of that represent that beautiful work of art, it's almost useless. People who admire it, oh, this is so beautiful. Who is this woman? Who is this? Where is this place? Nobody should give that answer. But when you inscribe this is Sahara Desert, this is so in here, once you inscribe those details, it automatically gives that particular drawing or art meaning, because someone who do not have a prior knowledge of what you've drawn, what has been drawn, or the art that has been made can easily connect. They can easily understand the symbols, what it represents, and all of that. Same goes to music. If we decide to just make sound, right? If we decide to just make sound, there is high tendency that you are going to be bored I mean, if it's not originally a song that already had wordings, if you just listen to sound over and over again, you're going to be bored, right? Why? There are no words in it. There are no words that gives it meaning, that gives that sound meaning, that connects you to that sound. One of the only reasons why we are easy to remember songs, or if one of the reasons we are easy to vibe over song and say, "Oh, I love the song, I love the singer," is the word. Is the word, right? Yes, the sound is also there, but the words make you connect better. If you're hearing bing, 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 it doesn't make sense. But if I say, if you're hearing bing, 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 and you're hearing I love you, bing, 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 forever, you see, it gives it meaning. Same goes to speaking, same goes to communication, same goes to, I've already mentioned music, writing, and all of that. So to say that you just can't do away with it, especially if it's something you're passionate about, something that interests you, something you love to do. If you do not know, I graduated from the Department of Science Lab Tech. So to say that I'm a lab technician, and this means that um, I'm supposed to be in the lab, which I still do, but I still write. And one beautiful thing about writing is that it distinguishes you, it stands you out anywhere. Whether you're an engineer, an accountant, an artist, a writer, once you add to your portfolio that you are a writer, it automatically moves you from here to here. People see you differently because for you to be able to write, you think. For you to be able to write, you understand. For you to be able to write, you know how to navigate things. You're not random. People give you a special recognition because of that level of capability. So this is not me elevating writing over other profession, other interests, and other preference other people have. But I'm trying to let you know how important it is for you to embrace this version of you, this side of you that have been yearning for expression, right? So I hope you can still hear me. Whenever you're able to join, leave a comment. Let me know your questions in the comment section, okay? So, why did we not put the prices on the flyer? Very simple. We've come to realize, if you know VITA-W very well, you know that we have initially done series of writing challenge, and we've understood that so many people just join for the fun of it. Let me just join because they saw the price and the money. And there are also category of people who join because they want to cultivate their reading habits. So we have understand that debates only motivate people to just join and come and just be there. They're not even interested in building their reading skills, expanding on their horizon, and learning more, right? And that gets people who hardly finish to the end. So we had to put out a flyer without the reward so that people that are coming are people who truly want to express themselves, who truly want to flex their writing muscles, right? And that is why I'm disclosing the price. We already said the best person, and the best we are going to judge by the number of engagements you have. So you can start inviting your friends, you can start inviting your family members, your enemies to like and comment on your post. So you're expected to post on the Facebook group, VITA-W, um, Writers and Entrepreneurs Hub, right? On Facebook. You're supposed to post on Facebook group and then on your timeline. And those links are supposed to be posted with the day of participation, like the day you're writing on in the group. Now, why do we want you to post it in the group prior to the um, process we use for reading challenge? Because we want others to also engage, where your colleagues, your friends in the group, like people you are doing the writing challenge with, maybe someone wants to go and read, they want to learn from your style of writing, they want to see what you've written, they want to be inspired by you. We want each other, you all, to inspire yourself. So if you're in the WhatsApp group or you are hoping to join us after this live session, rest assured that it's not a child's play. There are going to be activities on activities. So if you're someone who cannot tolerate that, you're free to leave. And it's not because I want you to leave, but because I really want to um, tamper with your peace. I mean, the parts you cannot actually sacrifice for this period of time. It's a writing challenge that is going to last for 30 days. And being that we had network glitches and some challenges with the live session we had yesterday, we have to start tomorrow officially. So today will be the whole onboarding, answering of questions, getting you to see this video and leave your comments and ensure that you get this right. I already mentioned that no use of ChatGPT, and you're expected to post in the group and on your timeline. Mostly what we are going to use to judge is the one in the group because it's more like our community. That's where other writers are, right? So the one on your timeline is also supposed to be there. We are going to check whether you posted it there because far beyond us helping you flex your writing muscles, right? We also want you to grow your platform. We want to see you grow. Let your audience connect with you. And you're expected to use your photo on all your posts, right? Whether it's ChatGPT generated photo or your personal photo, just make sure it is you. I will even advise you use your real-time photo, very good ones you took in a very good background. Now, what are the prizes? We already mentioned that the first person, we are going to be publishing the person's book. And when I say publishing, I mean printing their physical copy of a book they've written. Because we've come to the knowledge that so many authors, so many writers have written very amazing books, beautiful books, and they've not really had the opportunity or the financial capacity to print it. So we are stepping in to print just one person's book, the best person with the highest engagement continuously. We are very intentional about consistent engagement. So depending on your the volume of your book, we plan to print at least 20 copies for the first best person, right? But if the volume of the book is not much, right, being that the cost of material is quite exorbitant, the price is really high right now, right? So if the volume of the book is not much, we may exceed 20, or we already have a budget on how much we want to spend on printing that book. So it must correspond. And even if we exceed that, we shouldn't exceed the part where it's exceed 20 copies. Minimum copies of your book you getting printed by us is just know that the minimum copies of your book you'll be getting from us is 20 copies. Minimum, I mean the least. It can exceed that. That's for the person who got the highest engagement in their daily writing challenge for the next 30 days. Now, what will other people get? We're also looking forward to reward the best five. So including that first person who got overall best and all of that, the other best five, we are looking forward to give them scholarship in our academy. Our cost is 20,000 at a time per person in a group coaching class. However, every among the first five persons plus, I mean, let's say four people plus the person that got the overall best, five of them are going to get scholarship to be trained in our academy. And if peradventure you've gone through the course we are going to be coaching you on, we will look for another one to give you to take under our academy. Now, for everyone who participated, I'm going to be answering your question. If you have personal questions regarding writing, publication, I'm going to take 1 hour to answer everyone's question. So more like I'm going to leave an anonymous link where you're going to ask the question because some people always feel like, oh no, I don't want to ask her. I know her when she was younger. Is it not this person I know? So to avoid that happening, I love everyone to express themselves without feeling, oh, she'll think I don't know. She'll think I don't know much and all of that. So we are going to open an anonymous link. In case we forget or we do not do this, please always remind us as a team, whether myself or any member of our team. So once I end this live video, I'm heading to WhatsApp to drop the list of the topics you're going to choose. There are 50 topics, right? But you're expected to choose 30. So you probably will bring out your first 10. After you're done, you bring out another second 10, and then third 10. making it 30. If you want to pick out your 30 at once, you are free. Just know that your topic must not go outside that 50 we've provided. And the reasons are very simple. Because we don't want you to go that deep. We don't want it to look like a chore. We don't want it to look boring. We just want it to be fun and easy. Let's look like you are playing, but in the end, something is happening to you and you are becoming someone. And it only becomes clear to you when you begin to take those ones that actually chore their job, their gigs, and all of that. I already mentioned that you're going to build visibility, you're going to build consistency. Most importantly, so many of you are going to get gigs after engaging in this writing challenge. So do not take it lightly. Ensure you don't stop around along the way. I already mentioned it's not going to be easy. There are days you're going to feel like writing, but if you are very deliberate and conscious of making the best out of it, there is high chances that it's going to even yield far more than you've ever or thought or imagined, right? So that said, I also need to mention I obviously there is no comments here. I also need to mention I think I've mentioned our why. I've mentioned the prizes. I've also mentioned the criteria, right? Where you're supposed to post, how you're supposed to post. We're also going to drop the hashtag in the group so you can engage. You can ensure to engage the hashtag. Like I said, you don't need to be a trained writer. You don't need to be a writer prior to now. So far, you know how to express yourself, and you feel like this is an opportunity for you to do something great with your writing skill, regardless of your profession, regardless of your competence at the time. Please do it. And at the end of this particular writing challenge, we are going to be doing our National Writers Summit, where we're going to bring people. We've noticed that so many writers do not have portfolio, they don't have a CV because some of them have volunteered for writing, they wrote for their parents, they wrote for their family, they've wrote so many things, but they don't know how to build it, make a portfolio out of it or a CV out of it in the sense that someone would want to hire them and see it as good. So we are going to be having someone on board to teach us that, someone also taking us on storytelling, content creation, and all of that. Just know that the very aim for this April um, and tending into March tilting into March is to ensure that we empower more writers. We want to see more writers. We want to see them flourish. You know, there are so many writers, but there are very few flourishing. And there is always someone by the side telling you writing is waste of time. You're not going to make it from writing. I did it before. It didn't work for me and all of that. So my team and I was like, you know what? Let us also take care of our fellow writers. Because imagine if everybody stopped writing. There will be no news, there will be no communication. Everybody will be avoidant, and nobody wants to talk, nobody wants to communicate, nobody wants to share. So that is all I can remember. Last night was really, really robust. I explained so much, I shared so much, but this is an impromptu one. And of course, I'm at work. I need to go back to my sports and get things done. So, I'm Ella Obans. For those of you who do not know me, my name is also Ogochukwu Obamudi. Obamudi. So, my name is Ella Obans. That's my pen name. I am author to 5 books, and all of them are on Amazon. I mean, 4 of them are on Amazon. Hopefully, the fifth one will be on Amazon soon. I'm very intentional about writers because I started when I don't know shit about writing, right? I do not know anything. I wasn't even interested. I love writing on my profile. Eventually, my coach made me to change it to I'm a writer. And that was the kickstart of my journey. And I will tell you for free, it has been worth it. It has been worth it. So, I'm calling on you today to join this writing challenge. Please leave a comment whenever you get to see this video. Let me know. You may be wondering, why is she always coming to do this video here? I want you to get acquainted with coming here because I am going to even drop a video here today on nuggets on writing. This is VITA-W page. I have my personal um, YouTube channel. So this is not something promotional. Yes, if we get something out of it, fine. But we want to really get activities going on here and blessing more people, getting more people learn, getting writers informed because it seems everybody have abandoned everybody. So we don't want you to see you at the dark again. And if you know me very well, you know that I don't do free training. I don't do free training. This is my way of giving to writers. So if you're here, count yourself lucky. And if you know someone who is yet to join and this is going to benefit them, I would encourage you to either text them, send them the flyer, and get them joined because being that we're going to start tomorrow because of the glitches and the delays and all of that, we are going to be starting tomorrow so that nobody will say, I didn't see it though, I've gone to work. They didn't post it in time because we far beyond we want you to be part of it. We want something to happen. And we don't want you to feel left out. We don't want you to feel, oh, they've started now. Me, I will just leave them. They didn't start with me. Even though things like that. We don't want that to happen. We want to carry everyone along. We want you to feel among because you are part of us and we care so much about you, right? So I look forward to seeing you in the WhatsApp group. Feel free to ask me your questions. Feel free to share your concern, suggestions. We are very much we are not tyrannic kind of organization where we say it and that's how you're going to do it. If you have maybe something you feel we should do, a process you think would be better, just share. Nobody is going to police you. Nobody is going to degrade you. Nobody is going to look down on you. We'll just see through it and say, okay, we are going to do this. Okay, we cannot do this. Okay, this is why we cannot do it. I'm very, very intentional about communicating, accepting, and exploring ideas because that's how we got here. We got here from brilliant minds we've worked with, both people who are seen and people who are behind the scene. Like I said, I am Ella Obans, Obochukwu Obanudi, founder of this very best writing and personal development academy of our time, known as VITA-W. And I look forward to what this journey would birth for you and I. Yes, I said it. I'm going to be part of this challenge. And I told my people from our alumni group that if I really take back my, I will take back my what's it called again? I'll take back my gift. So prepare to win over me. I don't mind. All right. And regarding the writing part, let me clarify. We're not going to write book for you. We are not going to publish nonsense. I'm sorry to use the word nonsense because there's no actually a book that is nonsense because when an editor steps in and do and fine tune it automatically becomes that's how we get the word bestsellers and all of that. But you should have written, adjusted, worked on your book to a certain level. That's the part of it you need us to step in is probably maybe proofread for you and then publish. We are not going to handle the editing part for you for free, so it's just printing. We do the layout design for you and then print. And maybe a member of our team will proofread for you just so that you get an error free. But we are not going to edit for you. We are going to proofread it. We are going to also design the layouts for you and then print it for you. That is if you emerge as the winner. If we don't have a winner, that's no problem. The most important thing is that you're growing, and this is also opening you up to a version of you probably don't have an idea. It is. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much for your patience. The other video, I left my data throughout the night. It's still not uploading. I hope that this one will upload so that we'll have an even um, agreement. And you heard me. I want to use video because somehow you guys connect more with videos. Feel so you've heard me and all of that. Because I had to do a survey with the years we did our challenge. How did we kickstart? What did we do right? What didn't we do right? I realized that when people see, when they hear, it makes it a lot easier. It makes it a lot relatable. It makes it so possible, right? Instead of I'm not a video person, but I had to do this. And I hope you appreciate it by taking actions, asking questions, and inviting as much. I would love to have 100 people, even more, in this writing challenge. However, if it's just that I think 70 or worse, 70 plus who are able to join, I'm still happy. And in the end, like I said in the other, for those of you who joined last night, if in the end it's just one person, 5%, 10%, 20%, that this transformed, this made better, this made them find their flow in writing again, I am more fulfilled. Right? Because it's not about quantity for me. I've never done anything about quantity. It's always about quality, and it will always be about quality for me. Even if it's one person, I will teach. Even if it's just nobody, I'm going to teach. So I hope you heard me. I hope you have questions, so many of them. Please drop it in the comment section. The hashtag, the topics will be dropped in the WhatsApp. If you're joining here, you're just seeing this live video and you don't know where this group is, just send me a message at 081 63 42 6607. And if you are joining us from diaspora, just put plus 234 plus 234 8166. Let me take that again. Plus 234 8163 42 6607. Plus 234 8163 42 6607. And if you're in Nigeria, you don't have to put those code. Just 081 63 42 6607. Just send me a message on WhatsApp. Just send message to that number on WhatsApp. The challenge. You don't need to say good morning. I watched the video. You don't need to say those. Just say the challenge is the code. Once I see it, I know what you mean, and then you get your assets. All right. That will be that for now. Do have an amazing day. Thank you so much for joining again. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your time. Have an amazing day. Bye for now. They started me. No, I don't.